Check, check, check. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I hope everybody's doing well. Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. I hope everybody is having a good evening or morning wherever you are. I hope the summer has been treating you well so far. Test, 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 test. It's Tuesday night again. It's ASMR radio. PR Wolf 18 is out there. Hello. I'm feeling very nostalgic tonight for well, what I'll say is I have a lot of the feeling right now that I had back in the college radio days. The reason I call these streams ASMR radio is because they remind me a lot of what it felt like back then. Back then, years and years ago, the radio station I was on was, an actual over-the-air radio station. It was very low power, but it was over the air. It had a range of maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles out into the town that the college was a part of. And the beauty of that is that on the one hand, you knew that you weren't reaching very many people, most likely, but it was always a mystery of exactly how many people were listening to you at any one point in time. And unless they called in, right? Unless they phoned the studio to make a request, you really had no idea. You would play these tunes, all my favorites, and then I would just dig through the racks and explore and just finding new bands to like. And he would do all this stuff without ever really knowing whether it was one person or 5 people or 100 people. That might be a little too much to ask. But the mystery and the anonymity of it was always such a compelling aspect of being on the radio. Just sending out music, sending out talk, no expectation of any of that reflecting back in any way, just sending it out into the universe. And I would do that for 2 hours, and then my show was over, and then I would do it again the next week, and I loved that. And I never felt anything close to that feeling until decades later with this channel. It's very similar. The chat screen is like the phone on the wall of the studio, and people chiming in and having something to say here in the chat is just like the phone ringing. And some people say something, other people just kick back and listen. And I never know how big the audience is. I always hide the now watching number when I stream because I don't want to know the actual number. And it's very much like it used to be. ASMR radio. Phil K is calling into the radio station tonight, and there's Breadfish, of course. Always good to see familiar names. I don't have anything special tonight or new in terms of objects for us to play with. We're just kind of baby stepping our way back into things on the channel. Leandra Vane, receiving the tingles you're sending. Glad you have a wider scope than 2 miles now. Well, I kind of am glad about that too, Leandra. In fact, we could, it's a very cliche thing on radio shows to say, hey, where are you calling from? If anybody feels like it, feel free to let us know in the chat where everybody's listening from, and we'll get a sense, won't we, of just how broad our audience is this evening. And as always, please make sure you greet each other, if you think of it, in the chat. Make everyone feel welcome if they reveal themselves and say hello. Nobody likes to feel like they are being ignored, so let's make sure we welcome everybody, please. So I have a few objects here. You've seen them all before in previous streams, but like I said, we've just got baby steps tonight. Let me introduce you to our various items. I have 4 Eisenhower dollars. What am I doing? 4 Eisenhower dollar coins. These are all 1976 dollar coins, which means they have the They have the moon image on the back, which is appropriate with the recent 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. New Zealand. Alistair McCallum, hello there. We've got New Zealand and Nebraska and Texas and Brazil and Illinois. So with the coins, of course, we have the metal sounds of the coins. I've got to be careful though. I've got to mind the meters with things like these coins. They can be very harsh if we're not careful with them. We also have the sound as if we're rifling through them like poker chips. Poker chips, poker chips, poker chips. So we have those. We have the small plastic container of small beads. These are the small beads that are used in rock tumbling, polishing rocks. But the small container of them make a lovely little sounds, little subtle sounds like this. I remember Slight Sounds being a big fan of this little container the last time she was around. So we've got this. All the small sounds that we do here. Slight, I just mentioned you. That is so funny. I just mentioned that you liked this little container of plastic beads the last time you were around. Or the last time I had them, anyway. Phil K. Will we be seeing any videos in the near future? That is the goal that I'm working towards, Phil. That's why the stream tonight is called Baby Steps. I was having a good conversation lately with a friend. Oh, by the way, this is, I don't know if you remember, these are the broken pieces of marble from the board game video, the marble game video. So we have those sounds tonight. We have and I didn't forget you, Phil. I'm coming back to that answer. We have our 3 wooden spools. Spools. have the spools. And lastly, and maybe we'll stick with these for a few minutes while we chat. The crinkly tea bags. And these both say stress relief on them. We love the tea bags, don't we? But Phil, to your question, I was having a conversation lately with someone, and we were specifically talking about baby steps. Talking about the way that you try to get back into something, right? Hey, Jacob L., welcome. Everybody say hello, please. You know, you can be on a trajectory, and life, you know, it'll let you stay on your path for a little while, and then it'll pull you away. You don't always have control over that sort of thing. You navigate it the best you can, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. But then you miss it, of course. You miss the things that you used to do, and you want to try to pick back up right where you left off, but you realize you can't because, you know, things have changed. You've lost your momentum, your inertia. Maybe your headspace is not quite the same anymore. And, you know, you can get wrapped around the axle a little bit. Since you can't come back exactly the way you left, you don't know what to do, you know. And I was reminded that, you know, it's all about baby steps, and it's all about giving yourself permission to, you know, kind of ease back however way you need to, you know. And it goes for anything that you're revisiting after a time away. And I can be kind of hard on myself, and just giving yourself permission to eat the elephant again one bite at a time can be its own little challenge. But I got some very nice counsel the other night from someone who was wise on this topic, and so here we are, doing our simple things that we like doing, and I've got my short list of next videos in line, and we'll get there. This month, this is August, right? This month is our 3-year anniversary, after all, so it's about time to get back to it, I think. Chris621 is in the chat. Hello there, Chris. Slight sounds. At this rate, I'm not going to make it to my live stream tonight. I am sure that's not true. But when is your stream, Slight? You're streaming a lot more nowadays than the last time I was doing kind of regular Tuesday nights. I don't like overlapping with my favorite creators. Man, this is loud. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate that. It has been a fun 3 years, and you guys are the reason for that. An hour and 15 minutes, no problem. I'll be out of your way before then. Appreciate that, Breadfish. Your name has been around the videos and the chat for a long time. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll have to do a real third anniversary stream, I guess. One that we actually set up an event for so people actually know about it ahead of time. I don't usually do that. I kind of like the guerrilla popping up, surprising people approach, but maybe we won't do that for the anniversary stream. Who knows? Hope everybody's been okay these last couple of months. Feel free to pipe up in the chat. Let us all know what you've been up to. Watching the meters, and this poor little tea bag is surprisingly sharp and loud. Whew. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Chris has a new mouthpiece for the tenor sax. Does it play like a whole new horn now? Wonder if that's anything like brand new strings on a bass. Strings. It's always nice when we can get new bits for our musical toys, isn't it? Although I haven't indulged in anything new on the musical equipment front in quite some time. I've had everything I've needed for quite some time, and I have a hard time with, getting I guess there's the stuff I want and the stuff I need, right? And I already have everything I need, and I have a hard time crossing the line into stuff that I want. metal mouthpiece. It's really a metal mouthpiece? Wow. Is it like shiny metal? Does it pop when the stage lights hit it? Oh, thank you, Slight. I'm lucky that I live in a neighborhood that's quiet at night, because that's all. It's just a Yeti and a laptop sitting next to me. I don't do anything special. I don't process the audio in any way. It's just you're hearing the room. Of course, if I'm here too late, you might hear snoring from 2 rooms away, because the Yeti's good at that as well, of course. But thank you for saying so. It's shiny and oh so bright. Is it like silver? And I assume the horn is, like a gold, bronze lacquer color, right? And so is the mouthpiece. Does it match the horn, or is it silver? You should just get a solid gold mouthpiece. That's what you should do. And you're playing bass in a band. Chris 621 has got it going on right now. Do you like playing bass? Playing bass in a rock band will make you completely invisible. I hope you understand that, because nobody pays attention to us. So I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. I hope Jared from Exploring with ASMR drops by. He's the guy I always think about when I think about crinkly tea bags. He just I think he just started putting up videos again after some time away. You should go check him out. As we say hello to Supernova, who's in the chat. Supernova. Hello there, Supernova. Good to see you. Massimo. I am doing well, Massimo. How are you doing? Everybody say hello. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Let's see, since I know Slight is in the room, we'll see about these plastic beads. Breadfish bought a peculiar instrument. Brazil, we call it the craviola. What sort of an instrument is that, Breadfish? Is it a tonal instrument or a percussive instrument? acoustic guitar with harpsichord. Well, I don't have nearly enough hands to play acoustic guitar and harpsichord. So does it come with an extra hand or two, perhaps? It's 11 in the morning for Massimo. Hey, if anyone has not let us know where you are watching from, please do if you feel comfortable with that. We were talking about old college radio at the beginning of the stream. College radio from my days years ago, and how it's the radio cliche to ask everybody, where are you calling from? Where are you calling from? So do let us know if you are comfortable with that. It's fun to see how international the community is. Small but widespread. Good money that many people don't know that Sting and Geddy Lee played bass. Yep, you're right, because they were lead singers. And lead singer trumps all of the other things. Which is ironic because they were both fantastic players in their own styles. I still listen to Sting in the car, and his bass lines are a masterclass in restraint and wonderful judgment on note placement. Chris 621 is in Illinois. San Fran, very cool, very cool. Thank you. The Craviola. I'm going to have to look that up tomorrow, I think. Quiet Cardboard. I love that username. I don't think I've seen your name here before. Welcome. Everybody say hello, please. In Milwaukee. Still some college stations. Are they actual college stations broadcasting over the air, or are they streaming? A lot of the college stations have gone to internet radio, which I guess is fine, but it's a little sad as well. Peter Chapel. Thank you so much for being here. We've got the plastic beads. It's good to be out and about again, Peter. Thank you for saying so. Kind of get into a bit of a trance yourself when you're trying to slow down enough to be deliberate with these sort of things. Supernova asks about string bass or upright bass. I've only had occasion to put my hands on an upright bass once, and not really, I didn't really try to play it seriously, but it, the skills and the techniques and the muscle memory that you have playing electric bass they do not transfer at all to upright. It really is a completely different instrument. So I've never owned one, and I've never tried to learn or play it seriously, unfortunately. That would have been a neat thing to do as a much younger man, but having a bit of carpal tunnel in the fretting hand, and it would not tolerate trying to learn the upright bass at this point. And speaking of Jared, there he is. I was just talking about you when we were playing with the crinkly tea bag. Yep, Supernova's got it right. How you doing, Jared? Good to see you again. Card opening ASMR videos. Well, I am checking that out as soon as I get off the stream. That sounds pretty cool. What do you mean card opening? Do you mean you start with a sealed envelope with a card in it, and you open the envelope and get the what? Explain more. Quiet Cardboard, I must know more. Yeah, I saw you had some new videos up, Jared. Small channels need to encourage each other. I think there's something to be said for channels who are small and stay small and keep doing it, keep putting out stuff after years. Hey, it's Crinkle Oven. Hello there. Good to see you. This is a little plastic container of beads. Not the beads with holes in them, but beads that are used in rock polishing kits. This is called filler, and it's used to keep the rocks from banging against each other too hard so that they don't chip. And it's also used for when the filler keeps the rocks from banging against each other, it also allows the abrasive media to flow in and amongst the stones more freely and makes the polishing action a little more uniform. But also makes this cool sound. We've got ASMR with Sophia. Please say hello. Everybody say hello to Crinkle Oven, of course. And Segwayable. First time been able to catch you streaming, browsing. Thank you for being here. Everybody say hello. Everybody make everybody feel welcome. Slight's phone died, but she's back, and we're glad about that. Does anybody start their the last couple of Sunday mornings? I pulled up a Twitch on the Roku and watched a few episodes of Bob Ross. Because, you know, the Twitch channels, Bob Ross Twitch channels usually running 24/7 marathons over the weekend. And after all these years, I still, that's just a great way to start a day, I've found. Crinkle Oven, you accidentally let your earbuds sit overnight in a cup of coffee? That's awesome. Jonathan Stamper in the chat. Hello, Jonathan. Everybody say hello to Jonathan. We're glad to see Jonathan. I don't know if it's your first time here, Sophia. I would bet money you've been here before. But I haven't been here in a while, so... Overnight in a cup of coffee. Yep, some of that coffee earbud ASMR that we appreciate so much. Let's see what we can do with our spools. I've struggled in the past getting these spools to speak. In the Yeti, I know there's some I know they can be better than this, but I'm not sure. Tsuran is here. Please say hello, everybody. Yeah, I struggle with the right combination of ways to deal with these little spools, but I keep coming back to them because it's like they're a challenge or a puzzle that I'm trying to figure out. You guys will have to tell me. Roll them together between. Well, I know I've done so there's the kind of jumbled version like this. But then I guess if I put one of them away, well, if I do this, my rings will hit them. Maybe that's something. And they also scrape against each other just a little bit. Maybe build a sound box around your mic with a hole for the camera. Did that improve your Yeti quite a bit, Crinkle Oven? Which version do you like, Slight? I'm probably going through these too fast. I'm sorry. With the chat lag, I'm not sure what we're talking about. But we're just playing. We're just figuring things out. That's what we're all doing. I mean, I think I generally do okay with the Yeti on streams, but just these spools in particular. Two being rolled or being jumbled. Got it. Got it. Yeah, wooden spools are great in toys. And I like these in particular because you won't be able to see it very well because I've got the focus locked. But these are, I think these are antique. This one says Coates and Clark's, and it says 10 cents on the small one here. Oh, this is a Coates and Clark's also, and it says 25 cents. The label looks very vintage, yeah. Yeti likes to pick up sounds with more bass. More bass. And Supernova with the Meghan Trainor lyric. Appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. I appreciate that suggestion, Grinkle Oven. We'll have to see about that. You don't have any behind the scenes videos or anything where you show that setup, do you? Talk about the Mets and how they are currently a good team. I'm going to have to let some of our esteemed participants in the chat take that, because I'm afraid I'm not a big Mets follower. But I'm glad for you, Supernova. Thank you, Slide, for being here. Have an awesome stream later, okay? Is it YouTube tonight or Twitch? Yeah, Sophia, you've commented on my outdoor videos before. That's right. Thank you for that. Those are fun to make as well. Twitch. Make sure everybody check out Slight over on Twitch later. Robert Sterling is in the chat. Everybody say hello to Robert. Hello, Robert. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. Take care, Slight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the comment, Sophia. I need to get out and make another. I need to do my Iron Bridge video this fall. Yes, I do still play Hearthstone. Not as much as I like necessarily, but I do play still. Certainly I play enough to get the card back every month. And I need to think about that new expansion coming up. I hear Quest Shaman or Battlecry Shaman might be a very strong deck in the new meta. And Shaman's my main, so... Film camera videos inherited my uncle's Mamiya. RB67. Not the most ASMR of camera since every action is louder than a thunderclap. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Well, my Canon video did not turn out to be that much of a ASMR video either, because it had that shutter squeak problem that I didn't realize before I started the video. Renee Rubinos. Hello there, Renee. Everybody say hello to Renee before he falls asleep at work. Yeah, some videos they seem better in your head than they end up when you actually put them together. And that film camera video was one of those. Look, it's decaf math. in the chat tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Decaf math, decaf math. Make sure everybody check out all the wonderful creators that show up in the chat tonight. Decaf math has a very chill channel. You don't even have to the math is awesome, but it's good even if you just want to listen to that voice and watch all that great work with the markers. Everybody say hello to Renee and Decaf Math. While I try not to cut myself on these broken marbles. I'm not really going to cut myself, but Crinkle says it's hypnotic. Is it hypnotic? Broken marbles. Broken marbles. Lucy Smart. Lucy Smart is here. Hello, Lucy. We're hanging in there, Lucy. How are you? Everybody say hello. Broken marbles. Broken, 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 broken. It gets loud. It's a very shimmery sound with the glass bowl. It's got a lot of high end. It's very delicate, brittle if we're not careful, like a set of very thin metal wind chimes. I can't drop them from any higher than that based on what I'm seeing on these meters. These things get sharp. Crinkle's giving me great feedback. I appreciate that. That was a big one. That was a big one. There's all sorts of different sizes and shapes in here. My mom used to crack marbles like this to put in ceramic lamps. You take whole marbles and you bake them in the oven for a while. And you get them really hot. And then you take them out of the oven. And you put them into cold water. And the thermal shock of the water cooling the hot glass off causes the marbles to crack. And a few of them will just break all the way and fall into pieces, but most of them just crack. But they stay together. And then you glue them into lamps or whatever. But if you're too rough with them, of course, they will break apart like these have done. Yep, exactly like that, Lucy. You know, a good Pyrex measuring cup or something like that will withstand that kind of shock, but a lot of glass won't. Shock, shock, shock. Crinkle's giving us good examples that I'm sure she has absolutely no first-hand experience with. None whatsoever. We're getting good mileage out of the marbles tonight. I agree, Lucy. It's the one thing about a small channel. You do have a great sense of community, which I appreciate. cool, Crinkle. I'm kind of scared to shift to another object because everybody seems to be loving the marbles so much. How you doing, Decaf? You all right? You guys are really kind. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's all about baby steps right now, and the good advice I got. Surprised there aren't more channels using stuff like this. Well, you know, there's lots of good channels doing trigger stuff out there. Okay. I wonder if Jared is still here. I think he missed the crinkly bag the first time. Yes, Jared's still with us. Alex Fleck. Hello there, Alex. Everybody say hello to Alex. So, Jared knows, if anybody knows, Jared knows that the way we like to deal with the tea bags here is that we like to manipulate the tea bags as little as possible, because well, we got to keep our hands off of the mic also, but we take our cue always with the tea bag. We take our cue from massage, ASMR, and the silver soap. The silver soap. We barely touch. Because you don't need much. Just like the silver soap, you barely touch it. And it makes all the sounds that we need. He is a legend. I rewatch those Silver Soap episodes over and over. We just barely touch it. Pat's in the chat. Hello there, Pat. Thanks for coming. The Silver Soap, of course, has a much more it's more of a cellophane-like wrapper. Versus this more papery sound, but the key is that we barely touch it. Small a sound as we can. Even these small sounds just light up the meters, and it makes me go even quieter. Just barely. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, Jared, you gotta do another teabag video. Sophia's going to do one too. We should all do teabag trigger videos. It's a big teabag trigger collaboration, but everybody just does their own video. You need a nice quiet setup to go really, really small with the teabag sounds. Okay, here we go. Small. I'm going to have to look for that tea collection video, Sophia. I like the crackling fire comparison decaf. We can get this fire crackling in stereo. was a big one. I think the individual, any one tea bag sounds a little bit better when I have both hands on the one, but I think this is better. Oh, sleep stories. Everybody give sleep stories a warm welcome, would you please? So wonderful. The gang's all here. Honey lavender, stress relief, soothing serenity blend. That's a lot of words. Somebody sat around in a meeting with a list of names. And came up with that. And now here we are with no opinion at all about how many words they used, because we're just here for the paper. As small as possible. It's wonderful to see everybody tonight. How you doing, Sleep Stories? Sleep Stories has a new role play up on her channel that you should check out. Intercept, 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 intercept. Thank you so much for the comment, and thank you for being here. I'm sorry about the tension for those life changes. I know how that can go. I hope you're doing better. It's our Dizzle. Our Dizzle. Hello there, our Dizzle. What is up? We're being very quiet tonight. We're taking it easy. It's a long time. On the nose. I think it's very interesting how sometimes these streams are very chatty, and sometimes I think what everybody needs is just a few minutes, just a few minutes to stop. Sometimes we just need to stop. Sleep Stories. No, I don't think I've seen ASMR Machines. I will check that out. Let's see, I don't think I'm going to go back to the coins tonight. I think the coins are a little too shrill for us tonight. Sometimes we just stop for a second. No, Lucy, these are little beads that you use in polishing rocks, polishing stones. Hey there, Mitch. It's good to see you. If there will be another huge Atlas collab, yeah, I mean, eventually there will be 3 more of those. We filmed enough. We filmed enough content for 9 of the videos, and 6 of them are out there. But we've taken a little break in between those and the last 3. So yes, there will eventually be 3 more. The wooden bowl. The wooden bowl is not within reach tonight. I'll get it out for next week if I can get on air again next week, okay? But it's good to see you, Mitch. Thanks, Mitch. I appreciate that. The mortar and pestle. You guys are giving me a good list of things to bring for next time. So I'll bring the wooden bowl and the old Wedgwood mortar and pestle, right? Those would be good. Yeah, Lucy, when I was doing this more often, I was generally trying to stream on Tuesday nights. But then real life kind of took me away from everything for a while, and I'm just now getting back to it. So I thought I would try it again on Tuesday, since most people remember that. I'll probably be shutting down at about 12, though. Partly because I do need to sleep for work tomorrow, but also because Slight Sound starts up on Twitch at midnight, and everybody who's still watching ASMR at that point should definitely check her out. Yeah, that'll be a good break point. We'll go for another 7 minutes, and then we'll end it at the top of the hour. How does that sound? But this has been wonderful. The calmest you've felt in a week. Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you. What is Twitch? Yeah, I mean, Twitch started out as mostly a gaming stream website, but there's a lot of different channels with a lot of different content these days. Go to twitch.tv and you'll see Slight Sounds on there. There's an ASMR category with a handful of channels that'll be streaming. It's Jay Bradley. Jay Bradley, hello there. be wrapping it up soon, Jay Bradley, but it's wonderful to see you. Everybody say hello. I understand what you're saying, Lucy. I don't know if the notifications work half the time, and I know I don't help myself by really not announcing these streams. I just kind of pop on. But this, I mentioned earlier, this month is our 3-year anniversary, and I'll probably pick a day and set up an event ahead of time, and we'll do a 3-year anniversary stream, and we'll try to get everybody's favorite triggers out, and we'll get lots of good chat going, and it'll be fun. Three years, how about that? It's crazy, right? You guys have to understand that it wouldn't matter at all. No one in their right mind, I don't think, would be still doing this 3 years later if it wasn't for people like you. So appreciate that. The community makes it worth it. Yes, fireworks inside your homes, I think, is perfectly fitting and very safe as well, I'm sure. There'll be no issues. Good night, Intercept. 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 Thanks for being here. Sleep well. Yeah, you gotta blow up all those Pyrexes. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's the top of the hour, so this will be a good time to wrap it up. ASMR Radio. Thanks so much for being a wonderful audience and a wonderful community. Thanks for being chill when we need to be chill, and chatting it up when we need to chat it up, and get things off our chest. And thanks for being so welcoming to the folks in the chat, because that's very important. When we're small, we need to be able to do the things that you can do when you're still small. And one of those things is to make sure that everybody's recognized and welcomed and valued. If someone has the wherewithal to say hello, we want to make them feel at home and not anonymous or lost in the crowd. We don't want to do that here. So thanks again, and again, check out all the creators that have popped into the stream tonight. They're all wonderful. Go over and check out Slight on Twitch if you want. And oh, King Cow. King Cow shows up like 30 seconds before we shut down. This has been a very chill, quiet stream tonight, King Cow, so please watch the playback. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry we missed you. Sorry about that. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll get you again soon. Thanks for not forgetting about me. And, hey there, Emma. Yeah, I'm afraid so. But you'll be able to watch this on the channel. And Slight Sounds is starting a stream over on Twitch right now, so if you're still in this kind of a mood, feel free to check her out. But thanks everybody for being here, and we'll see you again soon, okay? Be good to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.